Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Psychotic Roadrunner podcast. I have a few things I wanted to discuss. So, yesterday was Father's Day, not Single Mother's Day, Father's Day. Men who are fathers. And it got me to thinking how men don't, we've gotten to a point where men can't have their own things, even our own day, without some woman interfering in some kind of way. So, remember a few years ago, I think it was Angel Soft, the toilet paper. They did a commercial. They did a commercial where they were honoring. It was Father's Day. They were honoring their mothers, like single mothers, and it was like, really? You had Mother's Day. Women already have International Women's Day plus I think month, and then they want to get um, um, they want to be celebrated for on Father's Day. It's like, women, what are y'all that desperate for attention? Are you that desperate for validation? You have Mother's Day. If you're a single mother, that was your day. Let fathers have their day. And then when men have International Men's Day, women act a damn fool. And how dare men have anything honoring them when men do a lot of things that, if not for men, a lot of things wouldn't get done. Your roads, your plumbing, your bridge building, your high rises. I don't see a crew of women coming out and in droves building high rises, gas stations, new houses. Um, I'm sure there are some somewhere, but I don't see a crew of them. Like when I'm driving to work, and I see construction. I don't see a crew of women out there doing anything. There's a bunch of men out there. It's kind of like, have you ever worked in a like a warehouse and you have all your stuff is getting shipped, all your items are being put in a box and shipped to the people, but they never get any real credit for it. Nobody ever thinks about them. It's like, well, you're expected to do this job, therefore you really don't get anything you're, I guess, supposed to do. You don't really get any. Um, Nobody really thinks of you. It's like, you're supposed to do that. So there's no respect towards the people who are willing to do these jobs that no one else will do. And men are normally the ones who will go out and do those things. Um, I'm sure women contribute in some capacity, but to the extent that your men die the highest in terms of job related death, that's men. Men are the ones willing to take those unsafe jobs. That's why they get paid the way they do. Now, women can go get those jobs, but they don't go do them. They want to be able to sit in a cushy chair and then say, I want to get paid as much as a construction worker. Well, you can go do construction. Go out in the heat, go out in that cold weather and build something. Pave those roads. I don't see, uh, like, what's the movie? Men in Black International. The actress, I can't think of her name at the moment, said something to the effect of she hopes this new movie, Men in Black International, will pave the way for equality. And I'm trying to think what. Now, I'm not saying nothing in this world is perfect. We do have some things we still have to try to get. It'll never be perfect. We're always going to fight racism and sexism and things of that nature. It's weird what we don't consider sexism, and that's how women treat men. And the way, you know, equality today means special treatment. Equality today means taking from other people and putting it over here. Not, giving people, we're not judging people on their merit. It's like we got to give. We know you don't have any skills in anything. We're not trying to, we just got to hire you because of XYZ to try to even the playing field. And I think when you keep giving people this participation trophy type mentality, I think these people end up feeling entitled to things. And then it's just like they turn a blind eye to things that has already happened. if you talk to some of these people, especially some of these celebrities that keep talking about this stuff, it's like, why do you act like these things have never happened? These things have happened. And thinking of Father's Day, it brought me to the things that, what is it that men, what's it that we have to ourselves these days that only men can let's take the WNBA. Family member of mine brought this up. He said, if the have you noticed the WNBA, and I've been knowing this for years though. If you notice the WNBA isn't the support for it isn't as great as it should be, especially when it's a woman's sport. You would think women would be more. What's the word I'm looking for? You would think they would be more willing to support it. They don't. And he said, why don't, if it's a women's sport, is WNBA should be female coaches, female staff, what have you. That should be full support of women. Why are women coming into men's spaces? Why are women joining things that involve men? Yet I keep hearing women say, counsel men, men are rapists, men are bad, but you keep coming over to where we are. Little boys can't even have Boy Scouts without some girls joining that. So instead of you taking the Girl Scouts and doing what the boys are doing, so are women, are you just evil, vindictive, or you don't enjoy other, like I don't, what's in your DNA that tells you I have to be around men even if I hate them? I can't, it's like you guys can't let men have fun without you. Like if we can enjoy life without you, that bothers you. Why is that? Because women talk out of both sides of their mouths. They hate men, but constantly are around men. What is that? Are you bored around other women? I'm confused with the girl power stuff. So if that's why aren't you supporting female sports as hard as you come over and want to join men's sports? You want to be the referees, you want to be assistant coaches or coaches. I know there's male coaches and I think that coach some of the NBA teams, WNBA teams, but you should have that space. It should be female coaches. Like, why aren't women supporting that in droves? Same way I keep hearing this girl power shit when it comes to these movies and stuff, like Captain Marvel, for example. That's supposed to be like this feminist movie and all this crap, and majority of the money or support came from male viewers because men are more into comic books. Women I want to say invade. Now there's been women who have, been nerds and they're into comics and other forms of entertainment, but in majority of them do not care for this stuff. So I'm trying to figure out, why is it that women continue to hate men but cannot stay away from us at the same time? What is that? Please explain that to me. You can't tell you hate men this much, but you can't stay away from us. What is it? It feels like I'm mentally ill to me. I'm trying to figure this out. If I hated someone, there's no way I want to be around them. What's the angle on that? If men are this bad, you should never want to be around us. Even when we want to leave you alone, you have a problem with that. How? Who does this? Who sits there and bitch about a group of people, yet can never stay away from that group of people? So you would think the one thing men could have to themselves is Father's Day. No, we can't have that. Some single mother got to come up and say, well, I'm like a father and a mother. No, you're just a single mother. You chose the wrong dick, and now you're single. And I'm not saying that the guy you slept with isn't responsible, but I'm saying if women are the gatekeepers of that vagina, then don't women usually the ones who decides who gets to screw her? Ultimately, she makes that decision. You both have access to protection, prophylactics. Women have several birth control selects, if you will. They have a ton of things they can select for birth control. Men with condoms and abstinence. But women, women are never held responsible for anything. Nothing. And they keep hollering equality. But you never ask for equality in punishment. Like, you don't ask for equal punishment. You only consider equality, special treatment, and whatever can benefit you. It's like, so women, are you naturally either evil or you're naturally selfish? Because I can't understand for the life of me, if you hate men so much, there's no way you would want to be around us, correct? Am I wrong? If you hate men, that tells me you don't want us around you, you don't want us around. Then why do you keep coming into male spaces then? When we're trying to do things that's just for us, you have an issue. You have a problem with that. Because you like the WNBA with all this feminist bullshit and this girl power crap, that should be supported out the like crazy. There should be a ton of female coaches trying to get jobs over there. It should be doing pretty good. You shouldn't need anything from the men's side to keep it afloat. But women don't support WNBA. Not a grand scale. They keep coming and they keep wanting to join men's sports. But in some form. Either want to be referees or coaches or whatever. Cheerleaders are good. If you want to be a cheerleader, I'm good with that. Give something for men to look at. Outside of cheerleaders, I don't see what do you women want to. Why do you keep coming to men's spaces? Again, even with the little boys. Boys can't even have Boy Scouts. You can't just do what the boys are doing for the girls. You got to invade boy spaces, men's spaces. But you hate us. We're rapists. We're all this. So either you're control freaks, vindictive, women are other women, you're bored around them, you seek attention. I can't think of any reason other than what I gave. What is a good reason why a woman would invade a man's space when you keep telling us that we're scum of the earth? When you hate us, when you see no value in us, you want everything to be about you. And I've always asked the question, what is it that women do so much so that they have to be put on this pedestal? It's almost like you want to be thought as this oppressed, sympathetic group of people who can't get ahead in life. Therefore, we just have to give you special treatment, especially white women. There's no woman on the planet more privileged than white women, and it kills me how oppressed, quote unquote, oppressed they are. White men, you benefited for being white. So I'm trying to understand, how the hell are you oppressed? Who's oppressing you? Why do you invade men's spaces? Why is it that women can go in men's locker rooms and interview them? Man go in a woman's locker room, y'all raise hell. Y'all can't stay away from us. That says more about you than it does us, to me. I mean, men and women, we're humans, kind of screwed up. But you get my point. Where it's like, really? I don't understand. You hate a group of people so much that you want to be around them. Another thing I noticed, they put Pride Month is on in the month of the Father's Day. I don't understand that. I don't know if that's what it's all about. That's probably much to do about nothing, but it's just weird to me that Pride Month is on the same month as Father's Day. But yeah, that's men. Is there a place for us? And man, men. We don't get off on playing the victim. That's what great thing about men is that we have to persevere. Some of us just kind of go, hey, I'm a man, I just have to kind of, they can work against us. It's used against us. Men can be very compassionate. Men can be very open. Men are easy. You can actually talk to a man when he's doing something wrong. For the most part, you can talk to him and he'll be like, yeah, I screwed up. Because there's no out for us. There's no excuse. You gotta either men are put on we're held to a standard, and our words or our actions, there's a consequence to it. There's none for women. That's why they can behave the way they behave, like mentally ill children. I need to ask some women. I know a couple of women I can ask, like, why do women feel the need to invade men's spaces? Because if we invade one of you guys' spaces, you guys will have a hissy fit. If men are having fun without you, that bothers you. It's as if, well, I know you control freaks. I know it's about control. Women are controlling, whether they want to admit it or not, their actions tell me how controlling they are. They are control freaks. They want to run you as a man. If you run them back, it's abuse. It's just something you're trying to control. No, I'm not saying there isn't any controlling men. What I am saying, though, in general, I think women by nature, going by the actions that I'm seeing, that they can't help themselves. They are controlling. They are control freaks. Because how do you hate someone that much yet can never stay away from them? It's like, I gotta get in there and control. I gotta control these guys. I gotta do something. Plant my flag and control these men. I can't stand it that they can have fun without me. They can do without us. I've always asked this question. If you really think about it, what is it that women outside of sex? What do women offer men? What do you do? What is there that you have? Again, take away the vagina, take away the tits. It's not like today's women are the type of women that you can sort of look at as a backbone when things are rough, when you need that support beam. Today's women aren't like that. Hating men is a badge of honor to them. They get off, rub their tits and their clit real hard. They get real horny when they hate men. Something about them, they just, they get off on that. So if you hate us so much, why do you constantly want to be around us? And when men want to leave you alone, again, I think it comes down to women are control freaks. If the sex robots ever become a regular thing at some point, women will have an issue with that too. In fact, I think there was an article about sex robots and feminists had a fit. It's like, wait a minute, women. Again, there's something psychological about this. I'm not a psychiatrist, psychologist. I did take it for a semester. But just going by observation a little bit. If men are leaving you alone like you want, then I would think that would make you happy that they would turn to a sex robot. Why would you have a problem with men getting pleasure? Because you don't want us, correct? Women, you don't want us men. Everything I'm seeing now is lesbian stuff. I'm seeing a lot of comic book characters. It's like taboo for a woman to like a man. They have to like a woman. So if men are as bad as you say we are, then you should not have an issue with us leaving you alone and having sex robots. You take sex robots and say, it's going to turn men into, it's going to make, whatever it is, why are you worried about the sex? If we're leaving you alone, because this is what you asked for, this is what you wanted, by your actions, you're telling me men are no good, we don't need them, then you shouldn't have a problem once we do leave alone and men turn to sex robots or some alternative that has nothing to do with you. I would think that would make you happy. Don't all of a sudden have a concern about relationships and relations between men and women. You broke that. Women will do something, they'll destroy something, and then never take responsibility for that action. Somehow it's still a man's fault. You'll create a problem. We'll never say, you know what, maybe we took something too stuffed a little bit too far. No, you never take responsibility for that. Somehow it's a man's fault. I remember hearing women say, well, if it weren't for you men, you wouldn't be crazy like this. Bitch, you was already crazy before a man entered your life. So, again, if you hate us so much, fine. I don't need y'all like that. I mean, I'm not going to turn to a dude. I'm not into dudes. But with today's women, being single, if you're a single man, because of today's women just aren't worth the headache. It's not like you're missing out on much. I mean, either if you get a woman that's a nag or well, you can't handle a strong shit attitude, baby. That's not strength. Because I don't think most people know what strength is. Rosa Parks, that was strength. Helen Keller, that was strength. But a lot of the women who stick up for men, that's strength, because it actually doesn't benefit women today to stick up for men. There are women who are out there that do that. I consider them some pretty tough chicks, but today's women are pretty weak to me. You perpetuate that your weakness to me by the way you continue to use the victim card. Everything that has anything to do with women today, it's all about victim. And somehow you're oppressed and I gotta feel sorry for you, and I don't. Especially white women. I can never feel sorry for a white woman. Fuck white women. Who the fuck? Please, please. So I don't feel sorry for white women at all. I refuse to. It's that a standard of beauty, everywhere you look, white woman. Now, every once in a while they'll spring an Asian or a black woman or someone. But in general, you know, I can't feel sorry for a white woman. Sorry, I just don't. I really don't feel sorry for any woman today. I don't, but especially white women. I mean, they're the head of the feminist movement and all this garbage that's going on. So I have a hard time feeling sorry for white women. You bastards are pretty privileged. You talk about the white man. You benefited from white men. Say what you will. White men make sure. I mean, Emmett Till was a 14-year-old kid that was killed, was beaten and killed because of a white woman. A 14-year-old. I want you to think about that. So who's oppressed in that scenario? White women or black 14-year-old kid who was 1950s beaten and killed? I think he just spoke to the white woman. He didn't even. Nope. Wasn't having that. You ain't talking to all women. They killed him. And I'm supposed to feel sorry for you white bitches? No. So happy Father's Day to the men who putting it down as fathers, not single mothers. You had your day. Leave us men alone. If we're that bad, women, just leave us alone. You should never want to have anything to do with us. Let men have their football. Let us have our sports. Let us have our own things. Let her have our days. All I can tell is like you're it's like you're constantly seeking validation. You're so independent and strong, women, and girl power, but you never seem to be satisfied with anything. Everything needs to be you need the attention. You need to be the first to refuse. So if men reject you first, you can't fucking handle it. Men get rejected all the time. That's why we can deal with it a little bit better than women do. But if a man can be like, I don't need no bitch, she'd be like, what? I'm used to men kissing my ass. And when a man doesn't kiss your ass, it fucks your brain up. You can't handle it. So let men have their spaces. Let men have their days. I gave the example with WNBA. If the WNBA, I don't understand how that isn't overwhelmingly supported by women. Women don't support female sports, but they all up in men's sports. And I wonder if people even question these things, or people even talk about it, because I'll have to research that and see if anybody, has there ever been a conversation between women and say, well, why don't women support the WNBA? But they're constantly trying to get into men's sports, or for trying to find some career in men's sports instead of supporting the WNBA. It's weird. So weird. Anyway,